Hey everybody, welcome to Cage My IQ. As always, I am your host D-Bake. Today we will be previewing Bellator 263, which will be headlined, of course, by Patricio Pitbull Freire going up against AJ McKee in the finals of the Featherweight Grand Prix, which the Featherweight Championship will also be on the line in that matchup. As always, I'm D-Bake. And this is Cage My IQ, the best place for MMA content. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at the handles to the left. As always, we are partnered with the Fighters First Network, so just go to the YouTube page at the link to the left, subscribe to it, give us a like on the video, and then also let us know what you think of our picks. Give us your picks in the comment section, and just check us out. And also, we got merch now, of course, right here. Just go to the link right there. https://fightersfirst.shop. Scroll down to the Cage My IQ collection. You see all the merch that we have right now on the screen right there. We got a couple of shirts and a hoodie. So if you want to get a shirt or if you want to get a hoodie with fall coming up, go to the page, buy one, let us know what you're thinking of it, and if you do, we will give you a shout out on next week's show. So definitely buy our merch, support us, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and just let us know what you think of everything. But before we get any further, let's get started with the preview of Bellator 263. The first fight that we have on tilt right now is a lightweight matchup between Goiti Yamauchi going up against Chris Gonzalez in a lightweight matchup. Yamauchi is a guy that is coming off of a shocking loss. He needs to rebound. He's very good with his hands, and he's very good with the clinching. But he's going up against a wrestler in Chris Gonzalez, who's on a little bit of a roll right now. Like he could get a lot of guys down, and I think in this matchup, it's going to be a tough matchup for Yamauchi. Chris Gonzalez should be able to get him down, get him in the clinch, get him down, and ground and pound him. But he's got to watch because Yamauchi, he can grapple and he can use that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu against Chris Gonzalez. And I think in this matchup, I like Chris Gonzalez by unanimous decision. But there is that output that if Chris puts himself in the wrong position, that Goiti Yamauchi has that chance to beat him by submission. But for me, I still got Chris Gonzalez in this matchup by unanimous decision, with dominating with the wrestling game. Moving on to the second matchup on the card, I got a matchup between Brent Primus going up against newcomer Islam Mamedov. This is Brent Primus, who his only loss in the last few years, it was to Michael Chandler. He's still looking to get that rematch or trilogy fight that probably won't happen anytime soon. But he still has that sour taste, and he's taking it on Bellator opponents right now. But he's coming into this lightweight matchup. He has a little bit of grappling experience. He can beat you by submission. He can knock you out. He has very good hands, and he's a veteran of the roster on Bellator. He's been there for years, and he's going up against a newcomer, Islam Mamedov, who has that Dagestanian background. He can use the sambo, push you back, move you backwards, just use your momentum against you. He's basically that Habib style fighter, and he has underrated hands, but majority of his fights are getting down on the ground and just laying on his opponent between guards, transitioning and either ground and pound you, smothering you to victory, or making you submit. And he was very dominating in the World Series of Fighting League, which is now the PFL, and now he's looking to make his imprint on Bellator now. This was almost a toss-up. Like, we know Brent Primus is a beast, but we don't know how he's going to do against a guy with strength like Islam Mamedov. And I'm going to go with the upset here in the lightweight matchup, and I'm going to go with Islam Mamedov by submission here. I think he'll be able to withstand concern Primus in his striking. I think he's going to use that to his advantage, take him down, and just lay on him for a couple rounds and pick up that unanimous submission in the third round. I think he's going to use it. You're going to think that he's going to just lay on him. He's going to wait, and then Primus is going to make a mistake. And I think the submission that he's going to get him with is the guillotine. So I got Usman Mamedov by third round guillotine submission victory. In the third matchup on this fight card, I have a really cool lightweight matchup between Usman Nurmagomedov going up against Manny Muro. And this is a lightweight matchup, of course. First, you got Usman Nurmagomedov, who is the younger cousin of Habib, of course, another style fighter like that. He was supposed to be a better version of Habib. That one of the coaches has said he's a little bit tall, a little bit leaner. He has better striking, from what they say, and he of course has the wrestling and sambo background. He didn't look as sharp in the Hamels fight, but he still picked up the victory in that basically split decision matchup, and he's going up against a guy, Manny Muro. He's a Native American. He can strike, he can grapple, he can dig deep. He's a gritty fighter, and he could get into these dirty fights and pour out victorious. So, like, he'll get into anything. But I think in this matchup, we're going to see the full potential of Usman here. He's not going to come in like he did last time. I think he learned from that, and he's going to come in here. He's going to get this game plan going. He's the kind of guy that's going to strike a little bit early to get his opponents moving backwards, and then he's going to use the wrestling to attack Manny Muro. Manny Muro can grapple and has that ability to take down Usman, but I think in this matchup, Usman's going to negate that. He's going to get Muro on the ground. I think at the end of the day, I got Usman Nurmagomedov by second round ground and pound over Manny Muro. I think Usman is now going to be on the rise, and that sambo background is just so hard to go up against these days, and Habib has done a great job coaching his fighters, and he's going to put a lot of attention into his younger cousin, and that's going to bode well to get this victory on Bellator 263. Next up is the co-main event of the evening. This is a really hyped fight that I'm looking forward to. It's a featherweight matchup between Mads Burnell going up against Emmanuel Sanchez. You got Mads Burnell, who has that UFC background. He went 1-2 in the UFC. Arnold Allen, who of course is a top 10 fighter in UFC in that weight class, beat Mads Burnell in his last fight in the UFC, but Mads Burnell was basically winning that fight until he made that wrong decision, which cost him the fight to get submitted and let Allen pick up that victory. But he has that BJJ background that he uses a lot, and he picks up a lot of submissions. He can get you from any point, but the big thing with him that's improved so much is his striking. He can hit. It really looks like he's like a boxer with the way that he feints, throws punches. He comes at you with combinations, and he just goes at you. He attacks you. He doesn't allow you to have time to react, and he just like he is the Mad Hatter for a reason, because he's just crazy with what he does, and he's coming in with the 6 straight wins, and he's up there at number 10 in the division, and he's looking to make his claim to be the one of the future guys to go after the title. And he's going up against Emmanuel Sanchez, of course. He just had that fight with Patricio Freire in the semifinals of the Grand Prix. It was their second fight. The first fight was just amazing. They went to 5 rounds, and Freire beat him 3-2. And then in this one, Sanchez made a couple wrong mistakes, and Patricio hit him and then got him with the second round. Got him with the submission, the guillotine choke, which was just how he did it. Like, I don't even know how, but Sanchez has that karate background. He has that BJJ background, and he's going to try and use his height and his karate to keep the distance and keep Mads Burnell away from him inside the pocket, and he's just going to use a bunch of kicks, a bunch of movement, and then use his hands to keep him at length. And then he's gonna, when he tries to get inside, he's gonna try and attack his hands, and if he has to, he'll grapple him and get him to the ground. But I feel like in this matchup, I'm going to go with the underdog once again. I'm going to go with Mads Burnell. I feel like he's going to be able to burst right into Sanchez, kind of like what Freire did. Freire just goes right in there with reckless abandonment and attacks him. And at times, Sanchez can't handle the smoke, as you would say. And Mads Burnell is going to catch him a couple times, and then he's just going to take him to the ground and then use the BJJ against Sanchez and kind of nullify the karate background that Sanchez can use to keep the distance. And at the end of the day, I got Mads Burnell winning by first round TKO with one of those Fury shots, and he's going to pull off the upset and move up the rankings of the featherweight division. So, like I said, with this one, I got Mads Burnell by first round TKO. This moves up to the main event of the evening, the big time matchup we've been waiting months for. It is the finals of the Bellator Featherweight Grand Prix, and it's a featherweight championship matchup between the champion Patricio Pitbull Freire going up against AJ McKee in the finals. We've been, like I said before, these two have been talking at each other. McKee has said that TikTok, I'm coming for the belt, and then Freire has said that he's been disrespectful and he's going to beat him by first round submission. But this is just a battle of a striker going up against a karate / grappler. And McKee, the key for McKee is he needs to use his length and his karate background to keep Pitbull at bay, keep him from getting inside and exploding on him. And then whenever he sees a wrong movement or like a inside spot to get at Pitbull, he needs to go in for the grappling and try and take him down and use the submission expertise to try and hold him down and try and go for a submission. And you're going to see a lot of kicks from him early on. But I feel like Pitbull is the kind of guy that can get inside. He can grapple you too. That's very underrated still with him. And I think he'll be able to he has that power with his striking that the Pitbull Bros are known for. And I feel like in this matchup, early on, it's going to be McKee keeping the pace and keeping the distance. But I think at some point in the mid rounds, I feel like Pitbull is going to come in and just put his stake in this fight and just land a really good shot on McKee, and it's going to have him dazed. And then from there on out, I think he's just going to pick apart McKee. And at the end of the day, I got Patricio Pitbull Freire winning this by unanimous decision. I got it 3-2 for McKee, and it's going to be because of the striking. So once again, I got Patricio Freire by unanimous decision in this main event to win the Grand Prix and to retain his featherweight championship belt and move on to greener pastures. And I will be interested to see what happens next for Pitbull after this fight. But once again, that is your Bellator 263 preview show by yours truly, D-Bake of Cage My IQ. You can find us, of course, on right here, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at the handles to the left. And we got 3 sponsors. We got 99 Jersey. Use promo code SportsBoxShow20 at checkout to receive 20% off your next purchase. We got Oddsjam. Go to the link in the bio so you never miss a bet again. And then we got High Tide Herbal. Use promo code CageMyIQ10 at checkout to receive 10% off your next purchase. Tune in at the end of the week for the recap video of Bellator 263. After it's done, check it out. Look forward to all of our other videos on the Fighters First Network. Hit the like and subscribe button on this video and comment on it. But as always, I'm your host, D-Bake. This is Cage My IQ, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Talk to you guys later.